This is Justin Scoop for Tuesday, September 30th, 2025. Taking a look at SPX. So we started out today. I mean, the first half of the day was really sideways, really choppy. And I thought it was interesting. We still made some lower lows until then we didn't over here. So let's kind of zoom out on this. Actually, let me make the 3 minute really big and then let's zoom way out. So I've still got this downtrend channel I drew yesterday. And you can see that we were making some lower lows yesterday, and then we basically kind of continued. I guess this was technically slightly higher, but it just today felt like we kind of continued. Actually, let's see if any of this lines up. Extend to the right. The bodies kind of line up. The wicks don't of the midline. Kind of got into I do kind of like how we bounced right here with this pullback. So we broke out of this, came back, held the low on that candle right at the top of the downtrend channel. It's not as clean as yesterday. Um, I don't know that I would have drawn. I don't know that I would have extended it. It might look better on SPY because you would have had after hours trading, and then it always kind of there's always these little ticks in here that just doesn't make sense because there's no after hours on SPX itself. So I just don't like how this doesn't really line up really well. So, okay, let's remove cancel red extension. There we go. The bigger thing I was seeing with this is kind of more so. Let me see if I can get the drawing tool going. So the bigger thing I was seeing here is more of kind of like this shape of like a cup and a handle. And I think yesterday was the start of the handle. But really today, like really, really all of this was a really great flag and it just kind of followed this cup and handle shape. Um, you could draw it, way up here is the rim. You could say, okay, over here was the rim, and it was actually like that. There's a few different ways to draw it, but if we think of it like this, this was all of this was resting, and here we are breaking out. So what should we do here? We should probably keep on going and then, chop around and keep on going. Um, this was our all-time high, right below 6,700. I'm pretty sure we're going to get there tomorrow. Um, I mean, I can't say I'm 100% sure, but it just we're really close to it. So if you were able to buy, if you were able to get in anywhere in here today, anywhere in any of these lows, I mean, it came right back into these lows. Look at this. Like we were talking about this area to buy, and it literally bounced that same place and then rallied massively all the rest of the day. Um, Same exact place. You got some lower wicks down in here too. All of those were buyable. We can switch over to so basically buying any of today's lows at the same low, which was the lowest of yesterday, the same price point we talked about yesterday. Not that I, knew that was going to happen at all. Um, but similar to how we had some of the pullbacks on the options, we kind of got that today with instead of the puts like it was yesterday, we got that with the calls today. So we were making uh, we're making these lows through here, kind of like this. So making slightly lower values as it went along, and then I think it was this candle corresponded to that hammer right there. So still gave you some other opportunities to get in. You could looks like you could have bought for point 0.5. So at least get into two of those, risking $100 and just let it ride. And if you hold to the end of the day, work that muscle to just get in low and just hold. Because there was tons of times that you would have wanted to get out at any of these highs or this high or this high, and that would have been around three. But this one actually had more staying power than that. It was very sustained buying. Um, it, I don't know. I just when I was looking back at this, it really just seemed like the consolidation had paid off, like the resting had paid off, and we were just going to go. I did not get filled on. I was looking for a slightly more of a pullback right around. No, it was actually later. Um, I wanted this to pull back a little bit more here and then go, and it didn't pull back enough um, for what I wanted, and then yeah, it did not give me the price that I wanted. I was looking for a different option. This is the 66.75. Still, you could have been buying that anywhere under a dollar all through here. After, all of this after that hammer, and then just hold on for the ride, and at least go up to 10 or something, or 11, and get a 10x on that. So any of those were just working that holding muscle, because what we talked about yesterday, uh, looking for getting out at the resistance, kind of opposite of where the puts were going. And then the puts, so I just deleted this, but we were making these lower lows. We were making lower lows in the puts. All of that says, hey, we're just chopping. And then once we did this one last pullback here. So the puts were moving up. That put in kind of the cap on it. It really needed to go down at this point, for this to break out on the put and for the call to collapse. But it didn't do that. And at that point, it just didn't mean to delete that one. There we go. At this point, it made a smaller cup and handle here, and then just went. And so it was, this is the shape on the put. It's inverted. And then it's not, this option is not the best one to draw the cup and handle, but what's happening on the macro level, on, more so like the 30-minute or the hourly, the last couple of days looking like a much bigger cup and handle. Um, all this through here, it's happening down at a really micro level, on a 3-minute in this range on the put. I'm sorry, on the call, uh, right here, SPX. So it just, to me, it looks the same. We've got just something happening on a much smaller level, and you could do the same thing here. You could say, hey, we did that over here as well, and then it broke out, but then it didn't have the staying power, and then it repeated. Um, but I'm seeing this same thing happen. Looking at it side by side, it's like, okay, there's the cup and handle we were just looking at, and there it went, and so we should just continue on up, right? And so here's on a much smaller 3-minute. There's the cup and handle, and we should just keep on going up. So, like, if we take that, let me see if I can grab this, what I just drew. No, it's not letting me. Oh, there we go. Hey, look, I kind of just drew that over here. So what if that happens over here? 67.50. We should get there in a couple days. Continue on up. I mean, if that's all the pullback, we're doing is kind of extrapolating out from what we just did on the 3-minute, seeing the pattern, seeing the repetition. And if we do that, roughly we'll get to 6,700. Sorry, 67.50. We should get to 6,700 like tomorrow. 67.50 in another day. Maybe what's tomorrow? Wednesday, maybe Thursday, maybe by the end of the week, 67.50. A little bit of a pullback, and then a continue move higher. I mean, it's literally off the chart. So are we looking at 6,900, 7,000? 7,000 would be feasible. The other thing I noticed on this is we're alternating bear bull again. Notice it right after I finished yesterday's video. It's like, oh wait, I didn't even mention that. So bear bull so far. We did that over here. For a number of days. We did it a couple other times for a number of days. So keep an eye out. If we do have a bear day tomorrow, then we're keeping in that. I wouldn't be surprised if we gapped up, pulled back. Anybody who has been buying is going to be profitable if we open up, if we gap up, especially if we make a new all-time high and open, which we've done a number of times recently, where we just go ahead and gap up, new all-time high, pull back. People are selling just to take profit, but I think we'll just continue to S curving and go on back up. So yeah, that's what I got for today. Hope this helps. This is Justin. Thanks.